I found a receipt of a lingerie in his pocket that was a month old, but I never got any lingerie in gift from him ever. Looking back now, I can't believe how long I ignored all the signs. The missed calls he never explained. The sudden late-night work meetings. The growing silence between us, like a thin film stretching tighter every day, waiting to snap. But it wasn't one of those dramatic discoveries like lipstick on a shirt or walking in on someone. No. For me, it started with a laundry day. Just a regular, boring Sunday. We'd been living together for almost 3 years, and like always, I was the one who ended up sorting his jeans, emptying the pockets before throwing them in the machine. And that's when I found it. A receipt, slightly crumpled, tucked deep in the back pocket of his favorite pair of jeans, the ones he only wore on nights out or when he wanted to look good. It was from Victoria's Secret. I unfolded it out of idle curiosity at first, thinking maybe it was something he picked up for me. But my stomach dropped when I read the date, February 10th. A full month ago. My birthday had been weeks before that, and Valentine's Day had come and gone too. We hadn't exchanged gifts. He said he was saving up for something special. We had dinner at Nando's that night, nothing fancy. And definitely no lingerie. I stared at the receipt again, reading the itemized list: red lace bra, matching thong, garter belt. Size small. That's when my hands started shaking. I wear a medium. Always have. Jason knows that. Or at least, he used to. My mind went blank for a moment, then shot straight into overdrive. There had to be an explanation, right? Maybe he was saving it. Maybe it was for me and he just hadn't given it yet. But that made no sense. Who holds onto a gift for over a month, one that's intimate, and never mentions it? No hidden box. No cheeky hints. Just silence. And now, a receipt buried in his pocket. I didn't confront him that night. I couldn't. He was out again, some vague excuse about meeting with an old uni mate. I stayed up until 2 in the morning, the receipt still on the coffee table, just staring at it like it might morph into something else. But it didn't. It stayed the same. Same handwriting. Same store. Same date. Same truth. The days that followed were torture, not because I didn't know what was going on, but because I did, and I couldn't prove it. Not yet. Jason acted like everything was normal. He made coffee in the mornings, kissed my forehead, even offered to order us a takeaway on Friday night. But something in him had changed. I could feel it now that I'd let myself see it. His phone never left his hand. He started going to the gym suddenly, saying he wanted to bulk up before summer. He'd never cared about his body that much before. He was a beer and pizza on the sofa guy. Now he had protein shakes and gym gloves. I wasn't buying it. One night, when he was in the shower, I tried unlocking his phone, but the passcode had changed. That's when I knew for sure. He was hiding something. And not just carelessly but intentionally. The man who used to fall asleep with his phone lying on the nightstand now carried it into the bathroom with him. That Friday, while he was at the gym, I opened his laptop. He rarely used it anymore, mostly relying on his phone for everything. But he hadn't logged out of his email. I searched Victoria's Secret. And there it was, an order confirmation. The delivery address wasn't our flat. It was someplace in Didsbury. I googled it. It was a residential flat complex. I copied the address down, my heart racing. Then I checked his Instagram messages. I knew it was wrong, but I had to know. That's when I saw her. A girl named Sophie, work. Their messages weren't sexual, not blatantly. But the intimacy was there. Inside jokes, 2 a.m. messages. Did you like the surprise, sent on February 14th? My vision went white. That's when I realized, he hadn't just cheated on me. He'd done it for Valentine's Day. While I was at home, alone, he was giving her gifts. He was probably with her that night while I sat on the sofa rewatching Bridget Jones's Diary and wondering if I was overthinking everything. Turns out, I wasn't overthinking. I was underestimating. I didn't confront him right away. Something inside me said, wait. Be sure. Be calm. I wasn't going to be the crazy girlfriend screaming accusations and throwing things across the room. No, I wanted to be certain. I wanted to watch him dig his own grave. So I kept the receipt. I printed the email. I screenshotted every message from Sophie. I made a folder on my desktop and named it Truth. That weekend, I told Jason I was going to visit my mum in Manchester. He barely looked up from his phone when I said it. Just grunted, tell her I said hi. I took the train, but not to my mum's. I went to Didsbury. I found the flat building easily, and just stood across the road, watching. I felt insane. Like a stalker. But I had to see her. To know what she looked like. After about 30 minutes, she came out. Petite, blonde, gym bag slung over one shoulder. She was wearing a hoodie I recognized. One of Jason's. That was it. That was the moment the grief died, and the rage took over. I didn't cry. I didn't shake. I just took a deep breath and said, out loud to myself, okay. Done. When I got back to our place that evening, Jason was already home, watching football with a beer in hand. I sat next to him like nothing had changed. I smiled. Asked about the match. And while he rambled about fouls and penalties, I looked at him and wondered how many lies he'd told me over the past 6 months. The man sitting beside me, in joggers and a worn t-shirt, had become a stranger. That night, after he fell asleep, I packed. Not everything. Just the essentials. Clothes, laptop, documents, my grandmother's jewelry. I left the receipt on the kitchen counter with a post-it, not my size. I left the key on top. Then I walked out, got in an Uber, and went to Emily's place. She was my best friend and had always hated Jason. The moment she opened the door, she saw my face, hugged me, and just said, I knew it. What did he do? I told her everything. Every little detail. She didn't interrupt. Just poured us both wine and listened. And I swear, that night, curled up on her sofa with her cat on my lap, was the first time I'd breathed properly in weeks. Over the next few days, the texts started. At first, they were confused. Where are you? Are you okay? Then came the guilt trips. I don't know what you think you saw, but it's not what it looks like. Classic. Then came the apologies. I messed up. Please, can we talk? I didn't reply. I blocked his number. He emailed. I ignored it. He showed up at Emily's. She told him to get lost or she'd call the police. Then he posted a sob story on Instagram. A moody selfie, captioned, sometimes the people you love walk away with no explanation. The comments made me want to scream. She'll come back, mate. You're a good one. She doesn't know what she's losing. And then I saw it, Sophie, commenting a single heart emoji. I finally snapped. I logged in. I commented, found the receipt. Found the messages. Found the address. Don't pretend you're the victim. He deleted the post within the hour. I thought that would be the end. But he wasn't done. A week later, he sent a handwritten letter. 2 pages. He said he was sorry. That he never meant to hurt me. That Sophie didn't mean anything. That she was just someone who listened. That I'd become distant. That he felt invisible. He ended it with, I still love you. As if that made any of it okay. As if love cancels out betrayal. I didn't respond. I folded the letter, burned it in a metal bowl on Emily's balcony, and watched the ashes disappear into the wind. That was my closure. Life moved on. Slowly. Painfully. But it moved. I got a new job in a small PR firm. Bought myself a second-hand car. Started therapy. I learned how to live alone again. At first, everything reminded me of him. The smell of coffee. Certain songs. Even my bloody toothbrush, because he always used the green one and I always used the blue. But eventually, those things stopped feeling like daggers and became just things. I bought a new toothbrush. Green, this time. Took back the color. I met new people. Laughed again. Went on terrible dates. Went on okay ones too. I started to like my reflection again. One night, I was walking home after drinks with some coworkers, and I passed a Victoria's Secret window display. Red lace. Garter belt. I smiled. Not a bitter smile. A real one. Because he'd thought he broke me. But he didn't. Now, months later, I look back and realize, I was never really asking for too much. I was asking for respect. Honesty. Loyalty. Basic things. And he couldn't give me those. That's not my failure. That's his. I don't hate him. I just don't care anymore. And that's the best revenge of all. He lost someone who loved him deeply. Who would have stood by him through anything. And he threw it away for a size small in red lace. I hope she was worth it. What do you think? Tell us in the comments. Like the video and hit the subscribe button for more Reddit stories.